Hello, and welcome to yet another edition of Helium Hacks Happy Hour. My name is Travis. I go by TT over on the Discords, and I will be your host this evening. November is our hacks or our Helium user appreciation month. And so tonight we have two speakers. We're going to have, I see Fabio just jumped on here. Hey, how's it going, man? It's good to have you. With Tago.io is going to be giving us some updates on what they've been up to over there. If you're not familiar with this, Tago.io is one of the native Helium console integrations that allows you to very easily get data from your sensors over into the Tago.io backend, and build dashboards up, get your data all organized where it's in some type of usable fashion. So it's great to have you on the call tonight. And then also we have a special presentation by StakeJoy. And they're going to be talking about the new servers that they have built out that are running the Helium API. And so it should be a great talk. If you're if you don't have a Helium console account, I will say to everyone, make sure you get console.helium.com. Make sure that you have one of those picked up. You'll get a lot of free data credits to play around with sensors on, and be able to play around with some of these integrations that we'll be talking about here. And we also have the Discord channels where there's a sensor dev channel and a sensor usage channel, which both, and the mappers channel. So those are three of the channels that we really discuss quite a bit on this call here. So make sure that you have an account over there and you've checked it out. I don't think anyone bites anymore. I think everyone's pretty friendly over there. I may actually have some Tago.io and Helium shirts to give away on the call tonight. If anyone has used Tago.io to build a solution out, I'd love to check it out here a little later, and hopefully we can get some unique swag out your way. Well, yeah, okay, I see right here, Fabio has a link to Tago.io, so you can create an account and kind of get started for free, see what we're talking about here. But with that, welcome to the program. Let's go ahead and jump into this. If you'd like to kind of give us a quick introduction about your company, about Tago.io, what you're doing and how you got involved with Helium, and what you have new for us.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you. It's great to be here, and I'm not by myself. Only Victor, one of our developer, is also here somewhere. He's the guy who worked behind the scenes and making integration with you guys. So I'm Fabio Rosa. I'm the CEO and founder of Tago.io. I am but I'm here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Not from here, different accent, but we create from here the platform, what's basically the way for developers to come integrate with Helium, connect the devices, and create all the visualization, analytics, reports, notifications, not only for the browser, but also for the mobile app that you make available. Can start with makers, for one device, two device, and scale for hundreds of thousands of devices. Okay, our goal is really to make sure that we're not only, and I'm going to show you here in a minute, not only show the data for those who are building, but also are able to easily manage this information for the end users. That can be colleagues, can be the manager, but also can be the end customer. So that's basically what we are delivering. And I start for free. You can go to the Tago.io website, 5 devices, 5 dashboards with a couple of millions of transactions per month, data input, data output, storage for 30 days, and a lot of things. You can even put your brand there and so on. I'm going to show you here in 1 minute. I'm going to share my screen. But basically, at a high level, that's what we do. And we're very excited to just recap here. Vito can present how to do this integration for you. It's very simple. I could just mention, basically generate a token and put in your your console. That's basically simple like that. After that, you just need the serial number and everything will be up and running in our site. But there are a lot of things from our platform that's available, a lot of open stuff that I'm gonna give you an overview in a couple of minutes. Let me share my screen, but do you have any question by now, Travis? while I'm sharing my screen here.
Yeah, you should have permission to share your screen on your end now. If anyone does have questions, feel free to kind of jump in, and we can address these in line, I guess, as well, if that works for you here.
Okay, so Travis, I'm using your account. Okay, you shared with me a couple of months ago. I thought it was pretty cool. So hope that's not a problem for you, right?
Perfect.
Okay, so that's the platform. When you create a free account, you'll be able to come here right away and connect to the device. Okay, and Vito gonna show you 1 minute. But let's start from the moment that you have your device. Okay, I think I can do that. That's so simple. So when you add a device, you have a list of devices that are already ready to go to be used. What that means that you select here Helium, and then you are able to look for the list of devices that you have. You have, I think for Helium around 300, but also you can use other type of technology. But of course, folks here is LoRaWAN. If your device is not here, you always can create a connector. That's important because sometimes people ask us, hey, the part's not here, how can I do that? You can do this manually, one by one, but it's okay at the beginning, but also you can create one of these connector. And if you are manufacturing devices, designing, and want to make your device connector ready for others to use, great, just let us know. Basically, there is a button that says, hey, I want to make my connector public. So that's good because of this, you have more and more devices. So you didn't create the connector for all these devices. Our partners did this with us. Okay, so basically you are able to select a device, and by select a device, you just need to get the AY here, and then you'll be ready to create a connection. The only thing that's missing is that you need to go to the authorization. In the authorization, you need to generate here. In this account is already generated, but if you start from the beginning, okay, you need to give a name, let's say Helium connection, something like that. Then you generate. When you do that, you have here a code, okay? This authorization, all you have to do is to go to the console, copy and paste this after you select the tag.io. That's simple like that. For uplink and downlink. So that's all the step. And nice part that you just need to do this one time, okay? After that, for each device, you just needed to add the AY to connect. So said that, I think I made the life for Vito easier. I don't know if he's gonna have something else, but basically these are the steps. Then, okay, let's say there is a sensor here, okay, send information. This sensor is connected. You can create dashboard, analytics, and so on. So data is stored here. So one thing that we have done, and sometimes people don't know, is that you can select the device, the database, sorry, that we connect device, go to a bucket, and you can define for how long you want to keep the data. So that's important because we have a lot of requests and people say, hey, I want to keep the data just a short period of time because I wanted to downstream this to my account. So if you go to our community, you're going to see scripts that you have today so that you are able to stream data, let's say every midnight, your time zone, from your buckets to your database. Okay, we show there how to do that step by step. So that's nice because sometimes people really don't want to keep the data here in the cloud for some reason, because their customers don't want that or want to reduce the cost. If that makes sense, that's fine. So you have an option to do this for the whole bucket, and you can have for one variable, another variable. You can really do a lot of separation about what you want to control. And then we have something new here that we didn't have at the beginning of this year when we joined you guys in this nice community with Helium, is that now we have the files, and the files here is very easy to control. It's like a Dropbox, but for the IoT. Here, you don't add just data. With a tag, you can upload videos, image, CSV reports, PDF reports, or logos, image. So basically any file, right? By the way, as per now, we not even charge for that. You may do this in the future, but to be really minimal, it's very simple, very low cost to keep this. So in this case, for example, there is a one image that's here. So you can make this image public. You can move this image. You can rename. There are a lot of things to do, you can do here. So for example, if you generate reports, you can store the reports here if you want. So that's something new. It's much easier now to work with the files. Let me show just one example. As soon as the data is coming here, for example, you have the dashboard, okay? This dashboard was empty. I just did a couple of minutes ago when we were starting here. But basically, you can edit things. And I say, okay, I want to add, let's say, a dial. Then you can come here, get the device that you want to display. You can select a variable. Let's say, let's select the variable called temperature. So whatever your device is sent, it's going to show up here. So, okay, I have the temperature in this dial. So that's kind of a typical, a lot of companies do. Okay, I have this dashboard, you can do one by one. But as we move forward, we created this feature that we call Blueprint, where you can first create really, let's say, cool dashboards. You can have transparency, colors. You can even have custom widgets. Let's say that you want something that you don't have. One example is Google Maps. We don't have native maps with Google. We have OpenMap. But some customers say, hey, I want a Google Map. That's okay. You still can not only have an iframe, it's not really iframe I talk about, it's really like widget that will be customized for you. So you can custom and create the widget you want. So have documentation for that. You just need to come here and say, okay, I want to have a custom widget. And then we'll have the documentation explain how to create this. Of course, you need to have a little bit ability here in the code, but not, that's nothing that you guys cannot do from here. So, and why again that's nice is because when you have a dashboard like that, you can associate a lot of devices under it. And that's the basic of Tag.io. Why? Because you can create one dashboard like this and then use this as a blueprint for others. Let's say that you have 10 users and you want the same template, what you call blueprint. And from here, you want each person to see their own data inside. So using tags that you have, you are able to do it. So in this case, for example, I have here the run. Let me go to the portal. Okay. So that is how someone that's the end user is not a developer, go to another URL that I just create and can see the data. Okay. So why this person, you can see is not the same person that there is able to see the data here because the access to this user was granted. Okay, so we call this tag run. Okay, that's really nice. So here in tag is where you guys are gonna work. And then when you want to deploy this to somebody else to see, say, yeah, I don't want this person to go to my account or share my account, things like that, you can do it. But what you can do is just come here, create a domain. In this case, it's the Helium domain is here, okay? You can customize the colors, change the sign up page. Other thing that you did recently, we released the multi-language as well. So you can create your solution 100%. I believe I'm right, say 100% in any language. Okay, it's up to you to translate, but to have, of course, you can have English, Spanish, whatever. It's up to you to create the dictionary, upload the sentence, let's say the translated words to the keywords, and then you can have these available for your users so that they can select the language and that they can see in the language that they want. You can have buttons on the side here. For example, you see here, you have devices, but yeah, that's good for us, but not for the end user, right? The end user, you can define, okay, it's gonna have a connection, coverage, dashboard. So you define the option that you're gonna give to them. So you try to be very modular, looking for feedback of our customers and users, what they want, and that's what you learn. So there are a lot of things you can do, but basically After you do that, you can deploy, and all the users that are gonna sign up in your application that you deploy, you'll be here in this list. We never talk to these people. That's your users. We don't contact. We will contact those who create Toggle account as developers, say, hey, we're here, the community, do you need help? But never these people here. Okay, that's up to you. You can deny access. It's your for you to have full control. And then the last thing is that for this user, you can create rules for them. For example, for Fabio, if Fabio sign up there, I'm gonna give you permission for this dashboard. Okay, that's it. So that's why when Fabio come here, and oops, he's here, right? And the Fabio sign up here, you can see that's Fabio. When Fabio sign up here, he can see this dashboard. Okay, that's all he can see. You see that there are more buttons here in this application, for example, coverage, okay? So that's not the dashboard, that's really the page that you just put here inside, but it's really nice. So when you do the solution, again, we say, yeah, we are really trying to help you guys to go beyond the IoT and add more information. This here, for example, could be an area for the user to open a ticket, ask for help, could go to your community. So dashboard is just one of these things. And I'm not even talk about the analytics, action, and other things. So I know that I was pretty fast here, but I just tried to put this together in 10 minutes here or 15 minutes and talk about it so that you understand a little bit about talk. But I want to stop here and see what kind of question you may have. I can help you, or maybe Vito needs to jump and help me here. Any comment or question? I don't know how new this is for you guys.
Yeah, so one. Do you have a widget that allows URLs to go off the dashboard?
So you mean like the embedded, the widget from?
Yeah, a widget that you can add to a dashboard that links off.
Yeah, you can do that. I believe you'll talk about, for example, here, let me get a simple one. You can embed it, your widget, your, let's say, iframe here inside. Is this what you're asking?
No, to link to that you've got that dashboard there, so that there will be a text link or something that would link as a URL link off. Have you got a list of widgets? Can you show the list?
Okay. You can share this dashboard if you click here, and you can get a link for that. I don't know if that's what asking. Just a second. So share public. I can share for a certain period of time or whatever. And if I copy and paste, you guys are gonna have access for this dashboard without create account. This will be a public dashboard.
But that's not what I mean. I just mean that is there any way that on a dashboard that you have active URLs, clickable links?
Okay.
To link off to another site.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you have it. I don't know if I will know how to do this right away, but if you have a widget, there are some widgets, for example, like a table, and the table can come with links. If the variable has a link,
okay,
it's gonna work there. If you use like, I think in notes, you can, you can have, of course.
I can see you've got the link icon up there. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you can do that.
Yeah.
Other thing you can do is external or even internal. Let's say that you have this as your main dashboard, and then you have a list here of alerts. Of course, this is just my, some fluff, nice stuff. But here it could be a link like go to the dashboard with a problem. You click here, then it would jump for other dashboard.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm thinking of.
Okay, sorry to be so slow to answer you.
Are your widgets customizable? Can I go change them, customize them?
Yes, you can do a lot of things. For example, this one here, let's mess up here with Travis account. I think, yes, it's here. So now edit. So there are a lot of things you can do. For example, of course, you have a title, you define where this comes from, you have the colors. Okay, so you change here, you see, change the text, change the background, start to mess up our things. Then you have more options, a lot of options, what you want to show. You can have alias, decimal, for example, if you want to have more.
Can I add my own GUI objects, my own objects to the widget?
Yes, you will do. You can do that. We call this custom. So for example, if you want to have a 3D stuff that we don't have it, you can create a door open that we don't have it, you can create. So together, you just need to go to click here and I think it's custom widget. We call custom widget. You see here, these options, for example, you can have this. Of course, we have limits, right? You cannot create all, doesn't make sense. So you can create your own. So if you create account, you type there, we try to explain step by step how you could create. And it works because you see people that we never talked and were able to create very different user interface here.
Are these charts based on net data? Net data has very similar chart types.
You talk about this on the right?
Just like the temperature one, the dial or the half donut.
Yeah, that's our own. Many years ago, we started to think high chart, then we moved to our own. So we built all of them.
Oh, cool. Yeah, net data is, it's cool. It's a very familiar interface because net data uses extremely similar chart types. So yeah, very cool.
Yeah, and the other thing you can do very quickly, you can have a formula. For example, this is F, right? Fahrenheit. If you want Celsius, you can apply a formula. I don't know if you're going to be good enough to do this here, but you can come in here and say, okay, get the value and multiply by 2, or get the value and transform from Celsius and Fahrenheit. You see, it's going to do this for you. And this can be dynamically adjusted. So that's very nice. You can have something in your dashboard like a button, and that button, when they change, everything in your chart is going to change. So there are a lot of things you can do it. I don't mean that's endless, but I think there are a lot of options. Okay, so help, for example, here you see this button here, that's gonna call something else, like here. Oops, let me close. You click here, it's open. Okay, my bad. It's open this almost the same thing, right? By the way, that's open, not the history. It's open, I think the same result in F, but could be a chart, anything, right? You see the symbol here when you have the function, it means that you are applying a formula here. But when you send this to your customer, they don't see this here. Doesn't make sense, right? But for you, just a reminder, say, hey, you apply a formula. So this value, you see that it's semi-variable, but it's different value, of course, because you apply a formula here. I mean, I apply it. Also have forms. You have a lot of forms. One form can be like QR code, bar graph. So you can adjust this and get variables for Tago. One thing that's very important just to mention here is that Tago is not only for the sensor stuff. You can get images, you can get data from companies. If you integrate with ERP system, SAP, Excel, whatever, CRM software, you can collect this information, use our buckets, because it's a database, right? To store company name, company address, name of the person, social security number. No, I don't recommend, but I mean, you can get the information you want. Now, for example, here is QR code, right? You get here the QR code read, and they're gonna show up the QR code here. Yeah.
And what is pretty slick is, once you have this interface designed, there's not many changes you have to make in order for this to be, looking clean on a mobile phone or a tablet interface.
Oh, that's a good point. So I think you can see me here. So I have this software called Tago Run. If you go to Tago Run, and that's for free, you go there, you do one thing, you just get the run and type Helium. When you do that, you're gonna see exactly as you be inside Helium. Let me do this 1 second here. Hopefully I can do this quickly. Switch account, add account. What I'm doing here, I hope you can see, guys. I'm gonna type Helium. It's gonna complete like .run.tago.io. You are okay. So from now on here, everything is branded with Helium. Just in the beginning, that's ours. But if you want to make it as a commercial product, you say, hey, I want to remove Tago Run completely and apply at the App Store. Yeah, just talk to us. We will remove that to work a little bit and have an end solution for you. But now, if I log in here, I will be able to see basically the same dashboard with my login that somebody grant access to me. So basically it'll be the same as here, but on the mobile app. Let me do this in 1 second. While you guys think, if you have a question, I remember my password. Maybe I need to reset, but basically gonna show up the same thing that you can see here, but on the mobile app, adjusted for the mobile app. And of course, I have map tables. I don't know, Vitor, is anything critical that you think I forgot? Because I think I've got part of your speech as well.
Yeah, you talked a little bit about what I was planning to talk, but I believe you can show exactly how it will look on the mobile phone if you resize the window and get it small.
By the way, you can see each one. This is what you mean, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna show up something like this. Other thing that I not mentioned here is that when you have this solution, you can have really a complete solution, like not only the dashboard here, you can have things like create a site, create a customer, enter a new user, generate report, add a button, there are, you guys can, of course, go ahead and do that. But basically, you have some example in our documentation. If we go to tago.io, not pricing. If you go to our site and see the resource, we have a lot of documentation there. Changelog, SDK, Node.js. All the scripts that you want us to run need to be written in Python or Node.js. If you want to reports, you want a notification, get the web information. If you want to have a geofence, we have this as well. I didn't show it here, but we have a geofence. Well, I don't know about the time, Travis. I can start.
I don't know. We're doing okay. One thing I would like to ask you to expound upon is, if, let's say, I do contract development, and I may have a number of clients under me that I'm going to be doing development for. I mean, I can get an ad. Can you kind of explain or go into how that works? If I have an admin account with you, and then I have customers under me.
Yeah, nice. So, great point. So, of course, you have the free, right? It gives you the right for one profile. Okay. If you have the first account is $49 at the starter plan, you can start to add more profile. Profiles is like sub accounts. Okay. So in this case, I think you, Travis, has more than one. You have more than one. Yeah, you have it. Was just example like Ford. Let's say that you are doing a work for Ford, right? You can create this sub account. If you see here, it's already created. So you'll be charged for this profile. That's $39. That's additional, so it's less expensive than the $49. And then you can add more process. For example, I wanted to have in 1 month 3 million transactions. 3 million mean 3 million variables. Let's say one is temperature, humidity, things like that. Okay, per month. So you can add here. That's the output. You extract the data. We don't count on the dashboard, just things that you extract, downlink, or doing a lot of processing capability. This is the analytics, storage. So you define here what you want for your customer. Okay, so your customer gonna charge, you're gonna cost you $126. Okay, then you are gonna go to Ford. You're not gonna even show this account. For them, it doesn't make sense probably, right? Because you are adding value on top of that. If you have one application for the 5 applications, we don't care, okay? You may have as many as application you want. What we care is the number of transactions, and if you have sub-accounts, so you will put everything together for you. Most of our customers have just one profile, and here on the right side, if you go back, here they have, for example, one application for Ford, another one for Johnson Johnson, another one, just as an example. They can have this. If they want to separate things, of course, they can separate. But for us, is what matter is the transaction that you have inside. If you have a lot of users, that's fine as well. We have other features like the SSO, okay, single sign-on. If you guys are going to enterprise, that's very important, right? You can do the configuration from here. I think is somewhere integration here, single sign-on. So you can use some of the services already, like from Microsoft, from others, I don't remember now. So you select, you can do the setup here, so that when your customer going to toggle your run application, they don't share, they never share password with you because it'll be encrypted, but they can control who is going to be accessing your or their solution, right? Yeah, there are a lot of features. Again, I can continue to talk here. Chatbot, if you need chatbot with Zoho, that's really cool. People use this a lot. Or start using this, frankly, right? Maybe you want to have a chatbot there to help them, or Google Analytics is very easy. Just copy and paste their key here, and you're gonna have the chatbot for them.
Cool.
They talk to you, right? If they need help. I mean, chat, right? Can be bot or not.
And so if someone just wants to get started and, you know, kind of dip their toes in to Tago.io, you know, they can come over here and they can sign up for an account. And what does, you know, just an entry level account really enable them to do with what you've been running us through here?
It is a lot, okay? These things that I'm telling you here, not this SSO, but they can even, first of all, right, if they start from the free, they're going to be limited to 5 devices, 5 dashboards. Yeah, that's key things. And a certain number, I think it's 3 million data input of data per month. So it's a lot, right? And data will be stored for maximum of 30 days. And also, I think the limit is 800,000 data points, something like that. So it's a lot of things that you can do. In terms of features, a lot. You can even have a dictionary for one language. Let's say that you want to change things or just do in Spanish, you can do that. You can really add more language, but your end user, you're going to be able to select or make available just one language for them. But a lot of things that you can build. You can even come here and change, release your Tago run. You can do that with your logo here. And also, you know, you can change the colors, add the buttons. You can do all this stuff, except you cannot change the name here. So they're going to have a long number, but functional, you'll be up and running with emails. And so I think you don't have SMS, but you have emails. So there's a lot of things that you can do. You can create a lot of things. Yeah, that's are the key things.
Well, does anyone have any questions? I mean, can we do a quick Q&A here? If anyone wants to, I mean, now's your opportunity. If you want to, if you have any questions about the Tago.io platform, this is very cool, man. This is looking great.
Yeah, thank you. I work very hard to, you know, continue to collect feedback. And the last thing is from our side, what you guys think. Again, we have also our community documentations. We have our APIs doc. Oh, one cool thing, of course, you have Helium, but let's say that you're in a place without Helium, right? And you want to send the data. We have simulators. You can see the traffic of the data coming. I don't even talk about that. But that's, I think, something new that we haven't talked yet. But we have the APIs documentation. You can use the Postman to post data for any language, try to translate here, of course, for the language. So how to—
That's awesome. That's great. Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah. Sometimes people say, hey, I have the mobile app, but I want to build my own mobile app. so they can use the APIs here and collect the token users, you know. So we are very serious to say that, hey, we have APIs for everything. I think that's true, at least should be.
Fabio?
Yes.
On your website, it says premium, sign up now, premium features for life. What are your premium features for life?
Premium features for?
On the website, it says sign up now to get our limited offer, premium features free for life.
So where, I don't remember now. So it's on pricing?
I believe he's joking.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, it's another website, Tag.io.
Is another one?
There's a website called Tag.io. So my spelling.
So it's not real.
Yeah.
Okay. The free is for life. That's real. I mean, the free, right? It's not 30 days. You can use for years. You have people use it for years. Sometimes they convert and go to starter, and sometimes they just continue using forever as free for tests and the other things.
I had a question, Fabio, and sorry if I totally missed this, and this is probably there. I'm doing a little bit multitasking with work, but do you also have like a way to set up alerts for monitoring, integrations to other systems, like, you know, could be PagerDuty, could be a Slack channel, could be something else that user or a customer wants to set up, you know, an alert for something?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. That's, I think all applications that I'm aware have that. Okay, so that's inside of the actions here, and Vitor, feel free to jump here if I say something wrong, but you can come here and detect, okay, what you're gonna drive this action. It'll be variable, for example, temperature is higher, and that's really nice. It can be a temperature from one sensor, or can be a temperature for a range of sensors. Think about that, you have 100 sensors. So you can say, hey, all the sensors that has a tag, like a temperature sensor, if that information is higher, lower, equal, do something. Can be from a resources like, hey, if a new user jump here, create account, I want to be informed. So there are a lot of things, okay? So that's from the trigger side, okay? That's the left side. For example, I want a report here every Monday, 8 a.m., I guess, okay? Nice. What you're gonna do? You can do a lot of things. You can do when this happened, you can receive a push notification. You can send a push notification to a certain user. For example, if I click here, I have these guys as my user. Again, this is a manual process. Just have in mind when you think about where really we make money, right? Helping people, companies, they create a solution. Everything here is automated. You have a lot of scripts and videos showing how to do that. But if I do manually, just to be more simple now, so you can create here and define the message, again, everything manual, send the email, SMS, and here start to be interesting. Run analysis. So you pick analysis or create analysis. This analysis is a script, JavaScript that can do what you said. Hey, post the data to my ERP system, open a ticket, right?
Because So for example, if you had, like, say that you had 100 different sensors in a high value vineyard, and you're taking at all of 100 sensors, you do an average of it, some modeling, and then when average is over this, you need to do something to save a crop or something, right?
Exactly. And then you can send the data, you know, like through Helium, downlink, hey, turn the valve on, do something, right? Push a notification, get the actions from them, register, ask for the technician to go there and say, hey, I was here, I pushed that lever, I did something, yes. Okay, cool. So you can register all this information.
I'm glad I asked. That's nice.
Yeah, and frankly, that's what we help customers to do that. And also you can see here, this I'm showing here inside the Tag.io, but remember, at the end of the day, your customer are gonna do this here. So you can put the schedule here. You can do all that stuff here. For example, if you wanted to add a device or a list of 100 devices, you can upload a file, run the script behind the scenes, and take the action. So that's the beauty of the platform in our view.
Thanks.
I thought I would show something here, but I just I think I got lost. But I would show something. I really don't remember now. But you can do integration, multi-language. The dictionary is really very powerful. What you can do. Yeah, I had something here now. Maybe I missing. But yeah. Another question.
This looks very exciting. I have some ideas of things I want to experiment with already.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. Go ahead. Things like that. The dictionary, for example, is available in the free plan. You just can have one language, in this case, available for your user, but you can create the keys and the equivalent, the translation, and make available. For example, this case here, you have 4 languages that are available. If your user go there and sign up, go and select, I want French, you have a French. So that's what we're going to show up for them. You are going to replace in the code, everybody got that, of course, here, right? This key with this word. That's it. It's kind of simple at the end of the day, but to put it inside of a chart, notification, email, the welcome email, things like that. There are a lot of things you can do. Vitor, did I
It's very polished.
Say that again?
That is nice and polished, having the multi-language support.
So Travis, I think that's what I have is just invite you guys to sign up.
Excellent.
Our community, community.tago.io, and make the request there, or come here and search, or even open a ticket if there is something that we need to help with.
And then I just want to kind of comment real quick. And I know with V2 of the Helium console and with the flows in place, really all you have to do, once you have the token or the token from the Tago.io side of things, you create the integration over on the Helium console and then add that integration to your flow, connect the lines, and you've got data flowing from those devices over to the Tago.io system. So
yes, up and down, right? It just Vitor is correct, right? You don't need to do anything else. I was reading documentation today. You don't need to do anything else for downlink, right, Vitor?
Yeah, don't need to do anything else.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I remember now what you're going to show was just this. So we have some devices simulator. If you come here and get one of these device, for example, if you don't have the device there, you can come here and say, okay, I want this industrial device. Let's call industrial 1. Just create this device. Okay.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
So there is a dashboard. I can get this template. I don't know why that's open a new tab here, but first time. Yeah, and okay, I want to install this dashboard, select the device, industrial. I just associate a dashboard with the device. Now, as soon as the data starts to stream, I think we send the data every 2 or 3 minutes, you're gonna see data here. And that's nice because this data is really going to your bucket. Then you can see the data on the device. You can, for example, come here, industrial, and use the live inspector, for example. When the data arrives here, you see the data coming. Then you can debug things. For example, if you send data from Helium, you can come here in the live inspector, click on the device, go to the live inspector, and you should be able to see the data coming. Just gonna take a couple of minutes here. So the last time it was when I create, so probably gonna take 1 minute or so. I think I missed the last package, but that's the idea. So a lot of things you can do here. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and feel free to send feedback in our community.
Gentlemen, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for the presentation and excellent work. No, it looks great.
Thank you.